Good evening. Welcome to the latest edition of Storm Report Live. I'm Chris Sipperly, a general manager and co-owner of the Southern Vermont Storm. We are joined by Adam Sanrov, Jamar Gibson, and Jasper Jackson. The Storm Report is brought to you by the Pharmacy Inc. of Bennington and Manchester, Coggins Auto Group of Bennington, JC Tractor in Hoosick Falls, as well as North Adams, Ramunto's of North Adams. Excuse me. It's been a few days since we've done this. So I'm a little bit rusty. So with that, Adam, take it away.
All right, lots of things to talk about. Some old and some new. The second storm workout coming up next, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, April 23rd at 5 at Storm Stadium at Lower Willow Park.
Yep.
Allegedly 40 times will be done there, so get ready for that.
I think I see. Yeah, Jasper is stretching as we speak, I believe.
So that's coming up. The last workout, I think we had 30 plus guys.
I think around 35 or so. Yep.
Yeah, so this one should be even bigger than that, which is awesome. First practice May 12, so that's coming up really fast. Also, it's going to be here before you know it.
Yep.
Also at Storm Stadium at Lower Willow Park.
Tentatively, yeah, I think so. Anyways, if it isn't there, it'll be at the Vets Home. It's really
at the Vets Home, which is where
it could be one or the other. We haven't decided yet.
Okay, and then so those are the two things that we've been talking about for a few weeks now. We have two new things to talk about, and I will turn that over to Sip for the first preseason game is officially in the books.
We have a schedule for June 18th. It's a home game, 2 p.m. kickoff at Storm Stadium at Lower Willow Park. We are going to be playing the Connecticut Reapers. They're of the NFL. They are a second-year team. They're coming out to us. It'll give us a good opportunity to get some work in. So we're looking forward to that. Tickets are on sale now. I did put a link for that in the group. You can do it, game day, or you can do it online. The online actually gives you a electronic ticket, so that's scannable. So there's also a COVID checklist in there as well. So it's just a checks and balances kind of thing. It isn't something we're super focused on, but it does allow us to kind of keep track of that sort of thing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we're going to be doing our either the 15th or 16th annual Storm Youth Camp. We didn't do it in 2020 for obvious reasons. That's looking to be in July. It's going to be 3 nights, 3 Wednesdays, beginning July 13th, 20th, and 27th. We're putting together the details. There will be a small registration fee that ultimately will pay for your T-shirt. I'm working on possibly doing an event before that for everybody involved, but that isn't really settled yet. But I want to at least get out there that's in motion. So we'll be looking forward to getting that done this summer as well. So it's always a good time.
And it gives the kids, a chance to, the people they look up to on the football field. So I think it's a big deal for them as well.
No, it's good. I've found that it's a really good team building experience. I think it's also good to remind everybody that everybody, somebody's always watching, and the easiest way to see in the people that watch more and most intensely are younger kids. So having them around at practice, I think, is a good reminder that we were all young at one point, and it's important to kind of hopefully foster the excitement for them in terms of being involved with football. So it's a great thing. We've had players that have been 5-10 years old, and 10 years later they're playing for us. So it's a cool thing. It's something that I'm proud that we do, and we look forward to building on past success on that for sure. So that's all the goings on. I do have something I'm working on in May, but I can't really talk about that just yet. But once we do, I think it's going to be pretty neat, something we haven't done before. So I guess a little teaser there. So with that, let's get talking with these guys.
A little bit of mystery, a little feather to tease.
You always got the extravaganzas. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to keep it interesting. I want you to keep you guys excited about football. That's all I'm trying to do, and I know you know that, but it's just for everybody else to hear. I don't do it to be, oh look at me, look at what we've done. It's just about keeping you guys excited to be wearing the green and purple. That's really what it is.
So the main event of why we're here is to talk to these guys. So I'm gonna start, talking, finding out about who you guys are, and where you guys come from. Jasper, I know that you are originally from Mississippi, which is a fairly long way away from Vermont. Just tell me about growing up, and kind of how your football life growing up, and making your way up to Vermont.
Originally I'm from Sunflower, Mississippi. Football was a sport that I always played. I always played, with my friends and everything, in the backyard. I wasn't fortunate enough, to play Pop Warner ball and everything. But it was like this, like the last year I could have played. It was the year that they had it, but I still couldn't join. But originally I was a basketball player. So the game of football came when I, used to get into the games and everything, and like I couldn't score. Like I, score in practice, but when it comes down to game time, I can't score.
So what I knew turn into Westbrick or what?
Yeah, Westbrick. Yeah, that was good for number. Running up and down the court pretty much. I was just running track out there. I realized like the NBA wasn't the ticket, or basketball really wasn't my thing. Like something that I could continue with. So I kept playing football all throughout it. And that's pretty much how the journey started. I started playing for the high school when I was 8th grade. So I've been playing, football I've been playing football since I was 8th grade.
And that's a different. I mean, there's one thing about football up here is fine. Mm-hmm. Down there, down in the South and in the Gulf region, and that football is a different animal down there.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like the guys, like for the most part, like Mississippi guys, like they grow up, a lot of guys in Mississippi grow up like just country strong for whatever reason.
They built like 18-wheelers.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And then the humidity is another thing that gets you too, because like not only is it hot, we're below sea level, so it's hard to breathe, so you gotta really be in shape. Talking about you finna play outdoor ball, in any sport, baseball, anything. So.
And so you're on the high school team for 5 years. You play all the way through. What's the next step of your journey? Was it going to playing in college, or going to work and stuff? And then again, how did you make your way up here?
So after 5 years I spent playing in high school, I played for Rural Central. I went along to play at a JUCO called Mississippi Delta.
That's from Last Chance U, right? Is that right?
That's the team there. That's the team that got the fighting on Last Chance.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the team. I went there. I was there for a season. Because at the time I was staying with my grandmother. It was just me and her. She got the doctor said she didn't have too much longer to live. They sent her a hospital bed. So it was her waiting time to go home. So I felt like I had to do a decision, and I made the decision to leave school. Take care of her, get a job. And from there, that's when I began playing semi-pro, because I left school.
Okay. And then, how do you make the way to Massachusetts, Vermont, the Northeast?
Okay. You guys probably be familiar with this company. It's called CNS Wholesale Grocers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. I was a part of their traveling team.
Mm-hmm.
So when they sent me up here to go to Brattleboro, and that's how I heard about, that's how I heard about the storm, because Bennington is hour 55 minutes to an hour away. So that's kind of how I heard about it and everything. I fell in love with the team. I fell in love, in general. I made a family. Now I'm here.
Now, CNS Wholesale, or something they own Grand Union?
They own a lot of stuff. They own a lot of like I can't. Yeah, I know they own like over like the head like the guy that's overseeing this. I know for a fact he owns like at least 60 to close to King, Hampshire. Yeah, he owns a lot of King. I'm not too much sure of what else the company owns.
Okay.
Yep. Now I'm gonna ask Bebe a question. I'm gonna ask the same question that Jasper has asked. I already know the answer to this, but Bebe, where are you from originally? Like, how'd you get started? Through school and et cetera, in terms of being where you started, where you are now.
I'm from Rochester, New York.
585, baby.
585, yes.
Are you from actually Rochester? Or are you from like Rush Henrietta?
Man, I'm from the hood, man.
Oh.
Rochester, New York. I'm from the West Side, man.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? That's my era. I started with football a long way. Football helped me get out of the streets and stuff like that. When I was younger, I was into Pop Warner, stuff like that. When I got into high school, that's when it got really physical with me. I got cut from the basketball team, so that's what made me follow the dream of being an NFL football player. Now that's something that I tried to accomplish, but it didn't work out in high school. I had offers for D1. I had all types of things, but they looked back in my 9th grade year, cut me off just like that. NCAA cut me off. So that spoiled my dreams a little bit, So I did pursue on to college. I went to Hudson Valley. I tried to do that to get my grades right. Over there, it's like it was a different atmosphere from Rochester. Those coaches in Hudson Valley, they were more so. It was a coach over there. It was a coach named Coach Mullen, and he was just so like I don't know how to describe it. It just wasn't my type of coaching. He told me I ain't have no heart, all this type of stuff. So that brought me down, especially into what I was going to in college. I was by myself. I was in an area where I didn't know, I didn't have no family whatsoever. So it was just like, why even play anymore? I just stopped playing. I stopped going to school. I found a decent job, got my life back on track. And then I met Zori.
Yeah.
Zori is the one who put me on to the Storm, And let me tell you how this went.
Chalk one up for Zori Williams.
Yeah, shout one out for Zori because I like this. I love this team. And I like it. I love it. But it was weird. I'm playing a game with Zori on Call of Duty, and he's like, "Yeah, I play for this football team." It's been 4 years I haven't been on the field. Sip used to know because I just come to practice like, man, Sip, I haven't played in like 4 or 5 years.
I remember.
My cleats might fall off my feet while I'm running. So let me be good. Let me make sure I'm good. So that's how I got on the Storm. It's one of the biggest things I ever did in life. I changed. I actually like playing football for a semi-pro team. I never thought I would be on a semi-pro team, but it helps me. Helps me in life. Football is one of my favorite sports. Recently I just lost my mom. Guys, you probably seen that. So that is football. Being on this team right now, this season is going to be phenomenal. There's no excuses for me. You understand? Like I'm giving you all my all, and I keep a smile on my face because Sip is the man. Sip really the man.
For sure.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. But I am going to give you a little bit of credit. And like, I remember, the first game you played in, you, I want to say it was like the 3rd or 4th quarter. We put you in a DN. I don't remember who had the sack, but it was a 1 possession game. They were on our side of the 50, and he recovered a fumble recovery. And in terms of a coach for me, I want to see that smile when you're smiling, you're playing well. So let's see more smiles this year out of everybody.
Man. Yeah, from everybody, man. Because listen, football is one thing we all got to remember. You know, what's I remember every day I wake up. You know, the people that's in the whole different country, they don't get to play or do what we do. So I do it for them actually every day. You know, Africa, those kids in Africa, all that stuff. I do it for them. I wake up every day, and I'll be glad to do what I do because I wish I can give it to them. So keep a smile on your face because everybody going through something, man. Everybody go through something, man. And just be glad that we out here, we on the field, you know, putting our all on trying to do. I know it's a semi-pro team, but man, I'm chip chasing.
I wanna hire you as a motivational speaker. Like I just did the infectiousness that comes through the screen, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's all I am about, man. That's all I'm about, man. I'm about getting there, getting people to the path, man. I'm young, but hey, I talk like I'm 30, 40, you heard? Word, so
I'm 40 and it hurts. Yes,
word. I'm not there yet. I got a couple. Actually, I got 13 months left.
Man, I'm 26. My birthday was the 8th. I'm 26. 4 more years.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we missed. Yeah,
still
4 more years, and I can get dirty right with y'all.
He's still a young blood. My God.
It's all right.
You've been now with the Storm this will be the 3rd year for the Storm.
Yes. I tried to go to Troy. Let me talk about that. I tried to go to Troy, and because it was more closer to me and stuff like that. But while I was there, and let me tell you what, the atmosphere is so different. I don't like to talk about other teams or nothing, but the atmosphere you get from the Storm, it's like your first time going to prom. The atmosphere you get from the Troy fighting Irish, it's like, you know, that's not the atmosphere you want. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't feel comfortable, man. I did not. I had to come back to the home, man. I had to come back home. Yeah, it's 45 minutes away, but I walk to practice. You heard?
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak. Man. Yeah, I'll speak on that at least a little bit. I mean, you know, I'm not in the business of saying one thing or the only business I'm in is in the Storm business. I don't really care about anybody else's business. Mm-hmm. But what I can tell you is that I remember, you know, when you had decided to go, I certainly wasn't happy about it, but I think you'd agree with me when I said I supported it because I thought you felt that was best for you. But I can just speak it. I mean, again, ancient history. I'm almost in the 40 club with Adam, but it's just I've had opportunities to be elsewhere, and this has always been home. And sometimes you just gotta look elsewhere sometimes to realize that where you are is where you need to be. So you know, it's just how it goes sometimes. It's part of life.
I was not trying to pull a LeBron.
He's taking his talents to South Beach. And then for you, Jasper, I guess this is the 2nd year for you.
Yeah, he's here too.
So you know, just talk about. I mean, last year, kind of coming out of the I guess out of the pandemic, however you want to put that, but like a more normal season or a little bit more normal season, and coming into this year, you know, we're going, you know, 100 miles an hour, full season, full go. Everything is as normal as it can be. Just talk about going into this year, you know, full speed ahead.
I'm really looking forward to going, you know what I'm saying, everything like rolling in and not having to worry about, you know, like, are we going, you know what I'm saying, like be able to have practice and everything, like, you know, because of the mask mandate or whatever, or can we play games and everything because the cases that went up. So I'm kind of glad it's over with. I'm also glad that it's a new season because, you know what I'm saying, my health, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm pretty much back to 100%. At the beginning of last year, I fractured my right ankle. So I played, you know, believe it or not, I actually played while my ankle was still fractured and everything. So, you know what I'm saying, so like I was willing, you know what I'm saying, like to toughen it out and everything, you know, for the team. Like just like Bebe said, you know, like when I first came to my very first practice and everything, like I just knew like, oh yeah, this is the team I want to play for. I don't want to go nowhere else and everything. And, you know, as long as I can walk, as long as I can run, and I know, you know what I'm saying, I know I can be there, I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lay it all out for this team and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it for my brothers because I expect my brothers to do the same for me, you know.
On the field, I want to talk a little bit on the field, and because Bebe is a lineman, defensive lineman, I'll go to him first because, you know, I'm a lineman and all that.
Play a little safety now. You can play a little safety.
Just, you know,
yo, you funny, man. For real, put me there, I'll be dangerous.
Hey, you seen the pick he caught for a workout?
That's what you told me, right?
That's safety. That's safety for a workout.
Yo, you.
Something tells me I can put either one of you anywhere, and I'm gonna get results.
Hey, man. Hey, when I do my 40 time, I'm gonna show you. When I do my 40 time, that's gonna make your decision.
All right, so is it under or over 5 seconds, Bebe?
Under.
It's gotta
I'm
be
gonna
under.
go 4.6.
Dude, he's 26. Of course, it's under.
I'm gonna go 4.6.
It was 18. And I ran 5.54.
Listen, when I was
you're a lineman like me,
man, I wish I can go back. When I was 250 in Hudson Valley, I was 250 in Hudson Valley. I was 2015. I ran a 4.68.
Wow,
450.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I was
that's
or
insane.
250. Excuse me.
250
Where the hell did you hide
pounds.
What do you weigh now?
I weigh 220.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man.
my legs, man. I got big calf muscles.
Yeah.
I can knock a bear out.
both of you guys are defensive guys.
Yeah, he said 5.4. Oh, watch. Yo, listen, bring them 40 times out. I am running a 4.6.
You've heard
I'll
it.
leave this up for a minute. Sorry, says you're running a 5.1.
5.1. Okay.
Ooh, 5.9. It's getting worse and worse.
Woo, I like it. Put your money out there too. Put your money out there too.
If TJ runs it in 6 seconds or less, I don't know. I'll eat my hat. I don't know. You guys are both on defense, and something that I've watched, you know, my years around the Storm. I played for that 2012, but I've been around it for a long time. It's always defense. Defense kind of, you know, defense rules the day for this team, and it always has. Talk about just being a part of the defense and how, you know, over the last couple of years, it's been, you know, this real close-knit group of players, everybody doing their specific jobs to get it done.
I mean, we had some falls. We done had some crazy battles. But one thing about our defense is, like, you know, what we gotten better at is we can pick each other up. We can get at each other about doing something right, and that person you talking to won't come back at you and be like, hey, they just gonna leave it at that and get it done. That's one thing. The first year, which we had a problem with, you know, when I first started, we had a problem with that. Nobody wanted to hear what was going on or how to do this. Nobody wanted to be told what to do. So, you know, we worked on that. And within that year, like last year, man, we was unstoppable with it. You know, everybody was communicating. You know, that's the key of defense. Without communication, the defense can go from 100% to first and second quarter. When that second half comes, you know what I'm saying? All because of communication. So,
well, to kind of touch on last year, I mean, we had. It was a pendulum a lot of times on defense. We had a really good game.
Yeah.
We'd have a really good quarter, then have a bad quarter, have a bad game. But one thing that you know, in life in general, everything you do comes with some level of experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like based on what we went through last year, I think there's a lot of growing up that's taking place amongst each other. And I think it's a great sign. I think you saw it at the workout.
Even with myself, man, I done grew up, man. Even with myself, man.
Yep, we all needed to do that.
And
at some level.
Back to your defense, but man, listen, playing defense for the Storm, I love it. You know, defense win games. That's my motto. Coach know that. Defense win games. I'll be mad at the defense. You know, if we lose, you know what I'm saying. I'll be hot, but it ain't. I don't care if offense had a bad game, whatever. Defense win games. It's up to us. You know, we are the big factor. You know what I mean?
We definitely. I agree.
I feel the same way you feel too. Like, if offense only put up like 7 points and everything, you know what I'm saying? I still want to shut out, you know what I'm saying, every team that we play.
Every team.
I don't want no team. I'm stingy. I don't want no team to touch the end zone. I don't want nobody else eating if it ain't our offense.
Yeah, man. I treat that like my baby. I treat that like my baby. That's my only kid too, because I ain't got no kids. That's my only kid. That touchdown.
Let me ask you both questions. You know, obviously somebody's going to have to go first, somebody has to go second. But for anybody who doesn't know anything about the Storm, or maybe knows just a little bit about the Storm, what's one thing that you would like to tell somebody that they may not know, or might be a misunderstanding, or or like a rumor, I guess? Like, what's one thing that stands out to you that you wish everybody could hear or understand, or however you want to look at it?
Family.
Yeah.
One thing a lot of people don't have, you know, and that's my one thing. Like, I told a dude at the corner store the other day, I just had my jersey in my hand, like, because I was just talking about the Storm. Like, you know, you was looking for players. I'm throwing it out there. I'm looking for coaches, you know, all that. I'll be outside. I'll be outside every day. So I'll be telling people, you know, and that's one thing I say. If you know, you're not getting love, you know, that's come to the Storm. It'll treat you just like family, bro. That's my one thing. That's how I get them.
Niggas,
they sit there and talk to me the whole 15, 20 minutes about the Storm, where the link at, how to get on the team, who's the coach, all that stuff. So that's one thing. I keep it as, you know, I say family. They treat you just like family here, bro. That's why I came back. That's why I stayed, man. Guys, coach, that's like a big brother to me.
Yeah.
No, what do you think, Jasper? Like, what do you have to add to that?
The thing that I feel like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, may not know, you know what I'm saying, you know, and James, you know, a new player, you know, he's kind of guilty party to this too a little bit, you know. When you think of semi-pro, obviously a lot of people be like, yeah, I can't, you know what I'm saying, like, I want to play, like, you know, because, like, I love the game of football, you know what I'm saying, like, I still had that drive, that passion, you know what I'm saying, keep going. But a lot of people feel like, you know, but I don't want to waste my time because, like, it ain't going to be number, like, 7, 10 guys, you know, that show up. But, you know, with the Storm, you know, that ain't the case, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, we have, like, 15 people that's not even a part of the team, you know what I'm saying? Like, fans. Like, we'll have a decent amount of fans that even
right.
30, close to 40 guys pretty much almost every practice and everything. So, like, that right there for me was different and everything, considering that I played, you know, semi-pro back in Mississippi before I came here. When I first came here and I seen that almost every practice that I put up to, like, the strength in numbers with the Storm is crazy.
Yeah, and and it kind of, you know, not to give trade secrets away or expose the secret, you know, the secret recipe, but like for me, it's like, you know, we're lucky. This team's been around for a long time. We're not the longest tenured team, obviously, but you know, this is year 17, and one of the things that we've learned, especially coming off the championship year, is we had to change and evolve to have continued success. Like, the last thing that we want to do is, and in some ways we kind of are, but we don't want to look back at 17 and say, okay, that was our high watermark. Like, we always want to build on that. And one of the things that we said, pretty much, because I mean, Adam, you know, 2018 was really a restart year. We basically started over. It's just, so anyway, long story short, when we looked at it, it was like, you know what, we got to do whatever we can to get. This is a somewhat ignorant statement, but I'm gonna say it anyway. To get the stink off of semi-pro, we don't want to be involved in anything that we can control that puts us in that box. So we set out and said, okay, we're no longer going to advertise ourselves as semi-pro. It's now semi-professional.
Yeah.
I know that seems really insignificant in a play on words to some.
Pedantic.
But what's that?
I just want to throw a big word out there because I want to be an English teacher. Pedantic.
Yeah. And it's just a mindset thing. Like, we're lucky. We have support that most people don't, and we don't take it lightly. Jasper touched on it. I mean, 17 again was a high water mark for a lot of reasons. But Adam, you remember the crowds that we used to get at home games. There were like 1,000 people.
Yeah. And that's why we wanted to have more games at MAU, but we couldn't because of the field. But even in Manchester, the crowds were pretty damn good. It
was amazing. I'll never forget it. I mean, going way back when, like 2006, 2007, when Ty started the team, I went to Tamarack, which is just over the the New York border, and we weren't very good, so we might have 200 people at most at our games. And then I go out to these, so then we have practice in Bennington, and I'm thinking, we're going to play here in Bennington, and halfway through the the preseason in terms of practices, we're going to play in Manchester. Previous to that, I've never been to Manchester. So then to go all the way up there and have the support we had was absolutely amazing. And we're working back to that. I think, our crowds are better than what they used to be. We're very proud of the facility we have because everything we have, we own. But, we want to get back to big crowds, and hopefully as we move along, hopefully the turf project gets approved, somewhat soon.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of, because we didn't really plan to talk about this, but if that turf does get approved, even if we could practice there, that would be a huge opportunity for us. But in any case, I guess long story short is, I think part of the reason why that Jasper and Bebe kind of say the things they do, and it's not limited to them, is we just try a little bit harder to be professional.
Yeah, it's not just up to y'all. It's players.
Yeah,
100%.
That's it, players. And
there's nothing.
I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna get close to the mic. I'm gonna get close like this. Players, professional. That's it. That's how we gonna get where we want to go. We stay professional, bro.
Well, that's what I'm asking for.
We stay on our toes and we get right. That's it.
Well, yeah, and you guys have been around. I know that we need to get better in terms of handling certain things. We're gonna at the end of the day, we just have to expect more out of each other, and we're gonna push each other, and we're gonna make some people mad. We're gonna make some people uncomfortable, but so what?
Like I said, Coach, my mom used to say this. You a grown ass man. You hear me? We are grown men. That's it.
Yeah, we just gotta put it together, and we got the squad. We just gotta. I don't want to talk about the future. Let's make about.
No, we got a phenomenal. Hey, this squad right here. I like this squad. We got a phenomenal squad. We got something that we can do. We can build on, man. Let's take this and run with it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna shock some people this year.
Yeah, let's take this.
Accountability, man. Accountability. That's all we need. Hold each other accountable, and the rest will take care of itself. So,
hey, just to kind of take this off the track, I have to address a comment that I got in here. If TJ says if he runs 6 or less, he gets to shave my beard. My deal might be if I can beat him, no matter what the time is. If I can beat him in a 40, we'll have to figure out maybe some stakes for that. But,
how about
I like that. I like that a lot.
How about an actual steak? Like
there you go. There we go. That's it. I like one of those down. You can see it.
You got it.
A lot of those down over the time.
No question. Well, I want to thank you guys for taking the time. This was fun. This was a good time. I'm glad that we took a week off to kind of recharge and kind of refocus. But we will see everybody very soon. Next weekend is the next workout, and then we have the preseason game set. I'm hopefully can bring more news to you to everybody for May 21st. I can't wait to tell you. I think it's going to be awesome. So with that, we'll see everybody next week.
All right.
See you.